What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to Going Over Podcast. I am Cruz the Crusher.
What's up, everybody? I am Vance.
Vance the what?
Vance, the man who can dance.
You mean you're not Stone Cold Steve Vance today? You're not
Oh,
Vance the
okay.
Violator? You're not... What else? What other names you got here, Vance?
Since the Me Too movement has taken such steam, Vance the Violator will no longer be used to avoid any confusions. So there's that. But yeah, let's go with Stone Cold Steve Vance because
Vance
it's
McMahon?
fucking
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
freezing
kidding.
here.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just
Vance
kidding.
McMahon. Cruz, don't do these things to me. Don't tease me with goodness. Cruz, what's going on?
In my world?
In
I was just going to ask you the same thing. I mean, I'll tell you what's going on in my world.
Yes, tell me what's going on in the world of Los Angeles.
Well, you know, I live in the land of broken dreams. However, dreams do come true, Vance, because I have a film that is premiering at the Sundance Film Festival that I'm pretty stoked about.
Cruz, and what would be the name of that film?
Mope. Like a mope.
Well, like a mope?
No, mope. M-O-P-E,
Mope?
mope.
Mope. Like what they have around a castle.
Oh, no, that's a moat with a T at the end, Vance. And a castle? Castle has a moat. Like, you know, the drawbridge and that...
Okay, so use mope in a sentence. Besides, I can't wait to see the movie with Cruz called Mope.
Oh, because, you know, he's kind of mopey.
Oh, okay, the mopey. Well, why didn't you just say mopey?
Because
Well, I guess
it's called mope and not mopey.
It's called Mope. Was Sad taken?
Yeah, let's just move on from this. That's what's exciting that's happening in my world right now. I just got the news like I don't know a couple days ago. Pretty excited about it. Now I'm gonna have to go to Sundance. I'm pretty stoked about it. So exciting.
Poor you going to Sundance.
I know, poor me, poor me. What about you, Vance? What's going on in your world?
Let's see. I live in a snow globe now, so Boston is just like living in a snow globe, except there's no happiness. And I'm sober, Cruz. Well, I'm sober for this.
Okay.
Because the last podcast, I think I was had a few too many White Russians. So this podcast, we're going no weed, no whiskey.
Wait.
No White Russians.
Are you trying to tell me?
No, not like forever. I'm not like a fucking idiot.
No. Right now, in this moment, this very minute that we are talking, you are sober.
Sober as a nun.
Oh, okay.
I would say priest, but...
I am, you know, the blood of Christ all up.
What about sober as a recovering alcoholic in sobriety for a long time?
Okay, we'll roll with that. We can roll. We can roll with that. Yeah, that works.
Stone Cold Steve sober.
Sober Steve. Don't make me start calling you
Sober Steve. Oh,
do you remember?
No.
Do you remember our friend Sober Richard?
I love Sober Richard. Sober Richard texted me the other day because he was at a party where this woman came up to him and said, Sober Richard. She didn't call him Sober Richard, but that's what I call him. She said, Sober Richard, I would like you to watch me pop balloons naked.
There's a fetish for that, you know.
Yeah, and Sober Richard's like, well, okay. So she took him into like a bathroom and started popping balloons at this party.
So this happened in real time. She told Sober Richard at a party, I want you to watch me pop balloons naked, and then pulled him into the bathroom to do this?
I don't know if she had a helium tank or if she was just blowing the balloons up. He didn't really get into specifics, but he said it ended with her offering him meth.
Okay.
To which Sober Richard said, no, I'm Sober Richard. Well, he didn't say that. But that's what I picture him saying instead of just a no.
It's so funny because Sober Richard, just like you said, I cannot call him just Richard. Even when I'm with him I'm like, hey, Sober Richard, because that's just the name that
That's
that he
him.
goes by.
Everyone
That's him.
called him Sober Richard.
Yeah, like, oh look, it's Sober Richard.
I
Sober
feel like
Richard's
the only
here.
way he's gonna lose that name is if he drinks.
True. Which
he'll be
I don't think. Isn't this wait?
Unsober Richard.
What's Sober Richard's story? Isn't it that he's never drank before, or he used to, or he never did? I feel like he never did. Right? Isn't that the story
so
behind Sober Richard?
Here's the thing with Sober Richard.
Oh boy.
I have no fucking idea. I just know that he never drank around me, so I started calling him Sober Richard. And then it just kind of caught on with everyone. I would just introduce him. This is Sober Richard.
Yeah, and then I mean,
He doesn't
obviously
like it though. I don't think he likes being called Sober Richard.
Hi, my name is Sober Richard. Yes.
Well,
yes,
would you
yes,
want to
yes.
be Alcoholic Cruz? Hi, this
No.
is my friend. Be introduced to fucking professionals. This is Alcoholic Cruz.
I mean, I don't drink anymore, but yeah, I mean, I would not want to be. Hi, I'm Alcoholic Cruz. Nice to meet you. What?
I don't think you
This
could
is
be.
my
You
friend
don't-
Sober Richard.
But Sober
I'm
Richard's got
Alcoholic
such a.
Cruz.
It sounds like someone who would be in Robin Hood's Party of Merry Men.
Yeah, I know, like Little John. You know,
Little
You
John and Sober
you got
Richard.
Little John. Hi, this is Little John, and this is Sober Richard.
Hey, at least he's not Little Richard.
Hey, I was thinking that. I totally. Hey. Okay. Anyways.
Hey, Cruz.
What?
I think I know why we're talking so much.
Why?
Because fake sports sucked this week.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Can I just, okay. Let me just start this off by saying, I went to Monday Night Raw 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
So fast forward to this past Monday Night Raw, right? I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm watching the matches, and I'm like, wait a second. This is the same exact shit that I saw live a week ago. They were basically replaying the same matches with only slight variations. Like, for example, the Lucha House Party versus the Revival. I'm like, this is the same exact shit that they played on last week's Raw. And it's just, I'm like, are they running out of shit? Who the fuck? Okay, I've said this time and time again. The writing, I mean, aside from the acting, okay, because that's a whole different fucking can of worms that we're not going to open up right now. But the writing in Raw and even SmackDown is just fucking sucks, dude.
You know what it is?
They're running out of shit, you know?
Here's what I think happened. This Roman Reigns thing threw a curveball, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They are in damage mode. Now Braun Strowman's out. They're in complete, fucking, how do we fix this now mode? So they're like, let's put together a Mexican New Day, and let's have the Revival.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I said when Lucha House Party came. I'm like, they're like the Raw Brand's version of the New Day,
It's exactly
except
what
they're
trying
Mexican.
to do.
That's exactly what they're doing
Vince's
with their
favorite thing.
pinatas instead of pancakes, and I'm just like, the fuck am I?
Vince basically did the Carlos Mencia, where Carlos Mencia used to steal other comedians' jokes and then put a Latin twist on them and push them as his own. And that is Lucha House Party to New Day. Because they are fucking the exact... I guarantee you that Lucha House Party will have segments next week on Raw that are comedic.
Yeah.
Or an attempt at comedy.
Yeah.
And why they're jobbing out the Revival, who were amazing. Do you remember the Revival DIY Authors of Pain match from TakeOver, Canada? Dude. And now they're losing to fucking Mexican New Day?
Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's true.
Being clowned by Mexican New Day.
No, that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. Side note, Vance.
Yes.
What is with the fake medical sets that look like... Okay,
Dude,
first Braun Strowman...
You know more about the fake medical sets than I do.
And then Dean Ambrose getting his tetanus shots or rabies shots or what have you.
What the fuck was that?
First of all...
What was that? I
Okay,
need to be inoculated for Houston.
Okay, yeah, and the set they look like they're on a medical porn set. Sorry, this is what it look like. I'm like,
I don't believe that doctor is a real physician.
No, okay, case in point. And I'm sure all the ladies went, ooh, crazy, Renee Young included, when Dean Ambrose pulled his pants down for his little shot in the butt. When that doctor was like, you know, like giving him shots on his arms, they strategically shifted the camera so you couldn't see what he was doing. And then he whipped his pants down, and I'm like, what am I watching right now? What is this?
Cruz.
And also, okay, yeah, we get it. Dean Ambrose is a heel now. Okay, totally. He's making comments about,
But
Roman
you know
Reigns.
what? At least he's pro-vax.
But yeah, but I mean, it's getting tiring. Him talking, it's like overdone. I feel like whoever's writing this shit about like, oh, what's that smell? Oh, it's you guys, the stench, and yada 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 yada, and just like it's like so over the top that it's just like, okay, yes, Ambrose, you're a heel, we get it. Enough with the whole like, I gotta get my rabies shots because of you guys, and oh, it stinks. I can smell you guys type shit. It's like, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay. When he turned heel and was like his vicious attack, and then the next night on Raw, or the next week, he was standing by like a 93 Saturn and a bonfire and talking about peeing on the world. And I was like, this is going to be cool. Joker Dean Ambrose. And then he was hiding in the locker room and going all over the place, and then they beat the shit out of him the next week. And then he's kind of transitioned into this whole Vince McMahon heel, where Vince is like, you know what'd be great? What if you hate the people so much that you need to be vaccinated from it? So we have a doctor take a needle this big and shove it up your ass. And you hate the people. And Dean's like, well, I'm making $700,000 a year, so okay, you want to shove a needle up my ass? Sure. Okay. And it's like, dude, he's lost the edge of Dean Ambrose and become this fucking caricature of a heel.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, I would love for him to go back to just being a fucking psychopath. Like, maybe there's like, let's just say there's a Lucha House Party match going on, and Dean Ambrose comes out and just takes a chair and just starts fucking whacking everybody for no reason and just walks away, and people are like, what the fuck was that? And it's like,
and they're like,
Dean Ambrose.
He's just fucking crazy, that's all. Yeah.
And that's what a lunatic would do. A lunatic would not go to a doctor. Well, maybe a lunatic would go to a doctor and get vaccinated from Houston. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. It was just too much to me. I was just like, what the fuck? What's the purpose?
It just didn't make sense to not even have him there either.
No.
And then let me ask you a question: why the fuck am I so excited for the Intercontinental Open Challenge? So excited! I'm like, yeah, John Cena used to do this, and he brought all these guys from NXT, and it was awesome. Who the hell is gonna fight Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins. Who's it gonna be? Adam Cole? Could Adam Cole come out? Could Aleister Black come out? And then who comes out but fucking Dolph Ziggler, who we've seen a billion times, Rollins and Ziggler.
Really getting tired of this Rollins versus Ziggler thing.
I would say that was the worst Raw I think I've ever seen.
No, it was pretty bad. And then you know what the worst part is? The worst part is I fucking sat there for the entire 3 fucking hours, and I literally was all like, that is 3 hours I'm never going to get back.
I TiVoed it.
Plain and simple.
I TiVoed it. I was like, there's no way. If
I watched it live, so
I'd rather get that needle in my eye than have to sit through 3 hours of that live, plus the commercials with the fucking Popeyes commercial every 10 minutes. Like, it's just like, by the way, what's the deal with the commercials on Raw where they're like 19 minutes long?
Oh, I know.
Have you noticed that?
I know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Now let's talk about SmackDown, because they opened the show with the best thing in the company.
Oh, yeah.
The man.
The man.
Our Woman Crush Wednesday. The man.
Yep.
How do you feel about this TLC match?
So, you know, it's really, okay, this is where I'm all fucked up, right? There was a feud going on. No, shut up. Anyways, this is okay, let's just recap real quick, right? Becky Lynch turned on Charlotte Flair, right? They had this feud, they started this feud where, they used to be best friends and now they hate each other, right? fast forward, Becky Lynch gets her face fucked up from Nia Jax and has to find somebody else to fight in her place at Survivor Series, right? And she goes to Charlotte Flair and says, you know, you got to be the one to do it, gives her a hug and everything. And you're like, oh, okay, does this mean that they're friends again? Like, what's going on? Only to, you know, this past SmackDown, they come out and she just talks all this shit. And you're like, I thought they were friends again. Like, you know, she was saying how, you know, that whole speech that she said multiple times, Vance, where, you know, I fought with Becky, now I'm fighting for her. It almost sounds like, okay, they're cool with each other now. And then all of a sudden it's back to, okay, we hate each other still. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
And meanwhile, on Twitter, she's just ripping Ronda apart.
Yeah. So like, it's like...
They're stuck. Because you know what happened, Cruz? They're fucked. And the reason they're fucked is because everyone wanted the match of Becky and Ronda because it was built up so much. And then the Twitter thing started happening because of the injury. So she was tweeting all day. Now, they're like, oh shit, Ronda's not even on this show. Oh shit, she's the Raw champion. Oh shit, everyone wants to see this match. What can we do? So now they're like, okay, let's just do fucking Becky and Charlotte. And for some reason, let's throw Asuka in.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Asuka's going to eat the pin at this fucking thing?
So when they did that Royal Rumble, I was like, first of all, I knew Asuka was going to win. I'm like, they're going to have to give it to her. You know, they haven't been giving her shit. You didn't think
Mandy Rose was going to take it?
No. I kind of had a funny feeling that Asuka was going to take it. And then...
You didn't think the Iconics were going to be in a world title match?
Oh, no. And then, now that Asuka's thrown into the mix, I'm just thinking in my head, there's no way in hell, even though she used to be champion, they're going to fucking let her take it, you know? So what's going to happen? Is it going to turn into a thing where... I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. And now there's like these rumors going around about how like now that Fox is taking over SmackDown and making it a little bit more sports, you know?
Right.
What if Ronda switched brands and they put her on SmackDown because of her past with UFC and being a little, you know? So I don't know.
UFC used to be on Fox.
Right.
So Fox viewers are going to be like, oh shit, it's Ronda Rousey. Remember her? But like, now they're asking Vince to do things that Vince might not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But Vince has to do it because you know why? 3 letters. XFL. And if he wants a TV deal, because he can't go to NBC because he fucked them last time. Like, fucked them. Like that.
Okay.
So he needs Fox. They've already... Did you see they announced the cities too? They announced the 8 cities.
Are you talking about for the XFL?
For the XFL?
Yeah. Go on.
Like he's full steam ahead with the XFL, which is good because now he's kind of getting me over here. So now Hunter can be like, all right, here's what we're really going to do. See NXT? We can do that here. Let Vince run his football thing and let us run the fake sports. And Fox is like, your fake sports need to be more sporty. So, like, you're going to see a lot of changes. You're going to see a ton of changes because USA, they just got a 3-year extension on their TV deal. And so what Fox is going to make them do is raise that bar because they're going to want Fox to buy Raw. The price of Raw is going to go through the roof, especially since SmackDown. I think they made like $400 million or something on this deal. Like something ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah. And Vince took $100 million. It's like, I'm going to make the XFL again. So
gosh.
It's like they have to do this. They have to get their top stars on SmackDown. They don't really have... They got to get Ronda Rousey where Ronda Rousey should be in the company. Because Ronda Rousey's not where she should be in the company. You know, Becky Lynch right now, she is on fire. On fire.
Yeah.
But how long is that going to last?
True.
Realistically.
True.
I mean, I think that they could hold it till WrestleMania where they have Becky and Ronda. But it's just like, you got TLC right now. How many pay-per-views are now between WrestleMania? You got TLC, you got Rumble. You got fucking, what is that other one they do? Like Roadblock or whatever the fuck it's called. And then you have WrestleMania. And it's like, can they hold this thing that long? Because WWE has the attention span of a goldfish.
True. True.
You know, like, I don't even. There's so many different storylines going on that I don't know what the fuck is. Where are they going with these things? Like the Shane McMahon best in the world thing. What are they doing with that?
Yeah.
Like, I am hoping that they took that money and they made CM Punk an offer, and WrestleMania we get CM Punk and Shane McMahon. That would be amazing.
Do you really
But that's
think
like
that CM
no
Punk
way, no
is
way.
gonna come back?
Although he did
100%.
make he was in an interview, and he said something about how no one's ever made him a real offer. And now that he's like 0-2 in UFC, and Dana White's even like, listen, bro, maybe this isn't for you. Like, maybe you should stick with fake punches. So who the fuck knows? Anything can happen in wrestling.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like
that's
the
true.
Shawn Michaels thing is dead.
And you never want to say never either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when someone says, "I will never go back to that" or whatever, and then something happens, and then they're like, "Well,
Shawn Michaels,
I'll come back."
the guy who you never think would come back, came back.
It's
For
true.
that one night
It's
only.
True. That's true. Blood money.
For that,
Sorry, but
that blood money.
I digress.
Hosted by America's favorite racist, Hulk Hogan. He is a real American.
He's American made.
There's just a lot of shit going on. Like, there's a lot of fucking weird shit going on. Like, Raw it's spinning its wheels right now. Like, what do you think they're going to do on Raw? Like, what would you say is the best feud on Raw? I mean, Ambrose and Rollins?
I mean, that's really not saying much, to be honest, because I feel like that's the only feud that's going on, but it's all over the place, in my opinion. Just like I just said a moment ago about the whole thing with like Ambrose and his demeanor, his attitude, his behavior, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it's just kind of like, what? It's cringe, dude. It's cringe. Like, what the fuck? Like, let the lunatic be the lunatic. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what I want. I want the lunatic should just be the lunatic. Like, what is all this bullshit that they're like throwing on him? It's just very cringy. But other than that, like Baron Corbin, I'm getting sick of him. Sick and tired of Baron Corbin. And now what's gonna happen with him and Braun? Braun's out. So what does that mean for TLC?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Because that match is probably not going to happen. But they're hyping that match like it is going to happen.
Yeah, so I don't know if Braun is like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to be able to come back and he can get these hands. I don't know.
And you still get the Universal title on someone who's never there. You still do. Like,
that's really, really, really. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, they are just so confused. And just, they don't know what they're doing. This is, you know what this is?
Well,
this is like the second season of Lost, where they're just writing shit, and they're like, oh, shit, we have to tie this all together, don't we?
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's like, now there's like mostly heels. I mean, look how they opened Raw, first of all. You know, it was like Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley.
With these 40-minute matches.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley and the fucking Scottish psychopath, you know what I mean? And then they're like, oh, are you on the right side or the wrong side? And then, you know, you got Elias, who's now a face. Which by the way, okay.
Stupid.
Side note. Never really a fan of Elias, but on this past Monday era, watching him fight, I was like, oh, okay. Maybe.
Sure. They gave him 20 minutes to fucking go
Maybe. Big maybe. Was never a fan, and I was just like, oh, okay, maybe. You know, he did a fucking leg drop and all that shit, and I'm like, okay, all right, possibly, maybe. You might be able to, whatever. But you know,
I love
Finn,
Elias, but I don't like face Elias.
Yeah, no, you were saying that you prefer heel Elias, not face
he's
Elias.
The best when he was making fun of the quarterbacks, and then the quarterbacks were tweeting and shit. Like, it was great. It was great heat. And
I don't even remember when he turned face. When did that even happen?
When they lost all their fucking faces to leukemia.
Because
when they lost the biggest face in the company to cancer, and the other face in the company to a busted elbow. And they're like, oh shit, we have no good guys. Who should we get? I don't know. Let's take our top heel. Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's take our top heel and make him a good guy out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
meanwhile, they're still wasting Finn Balor.
Who?
Finn.
Is he still on the show?
Yeah, exactly my point.
I don't understand what they're doing. It just makes no sense. All of it
makes no sense.
I don't know. Wrestling is you need to hate it to be a real fan.
Sure.
Like, you need to be arguing about wrestling the entire time, being like, why the fuck do I watch this? To really understand wrestling.
Bro, I'm like sitting there with my boyfriend and we're both like looking at each other like, didn't we just watch this shit last week? Like, what the fuck? And then, you know, because we're watching it live, we can't forward it. So we're just sitting there. I'm like, oh, maybe something good will happen next. No. And I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? Why am I watching this?
Cruz.
And then I'm like, hopefully SmackDown's better. And then the highlight of SmackDown was when Becky Lynch came back, you know, for that brief moment. And then it was nice to see Asuka win something again. She obviously is not going to win at TLC. I doubt it. But I don't know.
I think that what they're doing there is they're setting up Asuka Charlotte to get Becky back on board with Ronda or something.
Right,
I don't know. Or maybe Charlotte wins a TLC. You go to the Rumble. Becky wins the Rumble. Instead of challenging Charlotte for a rematch, she says, I want Ronda at WrestleMania. And that's how you get Ronda Becky. Or Cruz. What if they put the title on Asuka?
It's about goddamn time, in my opinion.
Remember, like, Asuka's gonna kill you, and now she's teaming with fucking Naomi.
Dude, I miss the NXT days. The Asuka's gonna kill you. Yeah, you know, it's just like Asuka is what Finn is on Raw. You know what I mean? Asuka, ever since she came to SmackDown, I mean, she was on Raw first, and then she moved to SmackDown, and then now it's just like, after she lost the title to Charlotte at WrestleMania, it was just like she was done after that.
Yeah.
And then Finn,
they killed her at WrestleMania.
I hate to say it, but like after Finn got injured, how many years ago when he won the first person to win the Universal title? He's just been wasted since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 years.
Oh, he's been completely wasted. Has he even gotten the Intercontinental? He's got nothing, right?
He's got nothing. Nothing. They're like, let's just use Finn as a fucking ragdoll in this one match from 2 weeks ago. And then, you know, like, it's fucking stupid.
Hey, Cruz, I got a pop quiz for you.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Who are the Raw Tag Team Champions?
A.O.PeePee?
Okay. Dude, what are they doing with A.O.P.?
They're a fucking laughing stock right now. That whole unnecessary shit with Drake Maverick and stuff with the whole Oh, okay. Yeah. How about that that fucking the match between A.O.P. and of course Bobby Roode, right? And what's his fucking name?
Chad. I'm not Kurt Angle's son. The other guy was Gable.
Yeah, exactly. So they show him taking Bobby Roode's supposedly $10,000 fucking robe. That's questionable.
Those robes are expensive. I looked up the Ric Flair robes. They're expensive.
Yeah, they're expensive.
They're like a few grand.
He takes his fucking robe to the bathroom, throws it into the toilet, and just takes a fucking piss on it.
Dude, you have these two fucking monsters, and their gimmick is their manager likes to pee on things.
Or, like, pee on himself.
Like, what is he, R. Kelly? Is that his gimmick? His gimmick is he's R. Kelly? What's next? Like, this is getting stupid, dude. Like,
it's getting ridiculous, in my opinion.
You know what I think it is, Cruz? And I've started to really think about my fucking maturity level. And I'm thinking about WWE. And I think the thing with WWE is it's becoming such a children's show.
Yes, absolutely.
So immature that show isn't designed for me anymore. It's not designed for the hardcore fan. We got NXT. Like, people like me and you who are like fucking diehards, we get NXT, and that competes with like our New Japan addiction. You know?
Oh, yeah.
WWE has become fucking
way too child friendly. And I get it, you know, like back in the day, Attitude Era, kids still went to that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but now they're everywhere.
They're just making it too PG, almost borderline G-rated at this point. You know what I mean? It's almost like, well, we got to get that P in there because it's violent, kind of.
They got the P in there with the A.O.P.
That is
So
such a waste,
stupid.
man. It's such a waste. So
And,
I don't know.
where the fuck? Why have we not had Almas and fucking AJ Styles in a crazy feud yet?
Oh, yeah. We haven't really seen much of Almas. Who else have we not seen?
I don't
Sanity.
know. How
We
about
haven't
your
even seen
U.S.
Sanity.
champion Nakamura?
Yeah, I
Sanity
haven't
has
seen
been invisible on the main roster.
It's like Sanity. They almost. It was almost like let's move Sanity to the main roster to do nothing. You know, they were killing it first of all on NXT. Okay, let's move them to SmackDown and nothing.
Oh, they were
Nothing.
murdering on NXT.
So
Cruz, this has become a very negative podcast.
I know, but you know what?
And I feel like we need to cleanse the air. So
Okay.
let's each
So you
say
want some
something.
sage?
Oh, you sound like my girlfriend now.
Ooh.
Let's each say
Let's
something
just wait. Shh.
positive.
Shh. Let's just close your eyes, Vance, and let's just
Okay.
take a deep breath and just cleanse the negative energy. Okay, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
All right, let's say one positive thing from WWE this week.
Okay. Mia Yim won.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I kind of liked the Jeff Hardy memorial.
Oh shit! I forgot that happened.
The Jeff Hardy retrospect. I thought that was pretty good.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, 20 years, right? 20 years.
Okay, so there was another podcast that talked about this though. So imagine you're celebrating 20 years of marriage, but for 7 of those years, you're married to someone else. So, are you still celebrating 20 years of marriage?
You lost me.
Because he went to TNA for 7 years.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So were they celebrating 20 years
20 years of wrestling?
That's what I feel like, unless they specifically said 20 years in WWE. Maybe it's just 20 years of being in the industry.
Let's say 20 years of being in the industry. I like that.
Yeah, 20 years of being in the industry. You know, that's how I look at it anyways.
Sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say that was a kind of high point for SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. Like, it's fucking... That Raw was tough.
No, it was bad. And, you know, I'm all about Monday Night Raw compared to SmackDown, you know? But, I mean, obviously Becky Lynch is on SmackDown, and that's great. But typically, you know, Raw always puts out good shows, and that's, you know, the one show that I always can't miss live. You know what I mean? But that one was just so bad. I almost wanted to just quit. I was like, I quit.
I mean, Cruz, it's been tough to be a fan. But here's the thing with wrestling. They always find a way. It's like Jeff Goldblum says. Vince always finds a way. So I think that somehow, maybe not next week, maybe not the week after that, but sometime, Cruz, we're going to be like, wow. Like we were at Survivor Series. I was really impressed with Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that Brock and Daniel Bryan, that was a fucking amazing match.
Still sticking to the whole Charlotte beating the shit out of Ronda, but anyway.
Yeah, that was great too.
Yeah.
All right, Cruz. Well, you got mudslides to attend to, and I have to go dig my car out.
Well, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on social media at Going Over Podcast on Instagram, at Going Over Pod on Twitter. I'm Cruz the Crusher, going over and out.
Stone Cold Steve Vance, going over and outies.
Too sweet, because gotta represent. Gotta represent. Woo!
That was creepy. Ooh, that was too much.